Hello. So to get started, we're going to talk about the VBA developer. And the traditional way to start coding is to try out the Hello World program. This was started by Brian Kennigan, and he just made that phrase popular. It's a great thing to compare different languages of how hard one language is to the other, to go through and see just how hard is it to write the words hello world out to the screen. So let's go ahead and do that. But first we'll need to grab developer. You'll notice that right now I am in PowerPoint, not Excel. And I want to make the point that VBA, Visual Basic for Applications, applications piece of that is actually for Windows applications. So whether it's Excel or PowerPoint or Word, like all of the Windows programs actually have some little developers in there, and they're all going to be very similar in how you get to them too. So you're going to go to File, Options, and then this is going to be just customizing. There's a couple actual little tools if you go into this Customize ribbon. If you don't have your drawing tool selected, that's a nice little tool path, but we're going to come down here and select developer. So that was File, Options, Customize ribbon, Developer. And once we get that selected and say OK, we're going to have a new set of tools that appear up here in our ribbon. And you can see that we have our macro and Visual Basic link. We also have a few options for controls. So this is going to be a very short and fast little video. Let's go ahead and start with just a very simple form button. I'm going to put this button just like drawing a rectangle and right click on it. This is how you modify just about anything in Windows, right? Right click and you get all of these options. So we've got here view code. That's where we're going to add our little message box is under view code. And then we also have property sheet. And property sheet is where we can change things like the name, sensitive command button. We can call this something like hello. So we'll say hello. And then of course we want something like that on our caption too. Keep this very simple. You want just a one word kind of name and caption here. Okay, and you'll see I just changed what's written on this, and you can change a few other things around here too. Okay, so there we go. We changed the text, and now we're going to right click and go ahead and jump into our Visual Basic screen. So here is our subroutine, and we're going to go ahead and put in a message box. And as soon as I type it in, you'll see it's already helping me. So my prompt, I just want text, hello, W-O-R-L-D, hello world. And as I hit comma, it'll tell me the next thing I need to do. And this one, let's just go down to a simple VB information box. So I'll double click, put that in there. And then we need a little title to put on our box. I'm just going to keep this super simple. So there we go. There's our subroutine, and it is over here in slide 2. I'll go ahead and save it, and then I'm going to exit out. Oh, this is when you're saving these guys, save it as a macro-enabled presentation. So it's a little bit different of a file type to warn people that, oh, this has a program attached to it. Okay, so it says be careful, it's a macro now. I say, okay, yeah, we're being careful. So here we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and try out the button, and that means I'm going to go put it in presentation mode and click my button, and there we go. Hello world. It writes it out in a little message box. So that's about the simplest program there is, but it gets you to open up that developer tab and then realize that this stuff is going on in more than just Excel.